Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, how did a plumber become one of the top trade influencers in the country? You'll hear from him next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
So I own a marketing company, and I feel pretty good about myself that I know a lot of stuff, but I can learn so much from my next guest because he's a plumber who has become one of the top trade influencers on YouTube and other platforms. Welcome to the studio, Roger Wakefield, the Expert Plumber.
Thank you for having me here. I appreciate it.
Well, so I'm blown away because you never started out to be a YouTube influencer, did you?
No, when I started YouTube, I was trying to grow a plumbing company right here in Richardson, Texas.
Wow. And it's so successful. Were you, when did you realize, wow, this is catching on? Like, did you hit a number where like people are watching my content?
It wasn't even a number. It's walking into a restaurant in Waco, Texas. I was down there for another event, and I go to leave, and the manager comes up and he says, I got a question. He said, do you do videos? I said, yeah. I'm kind of smiling. He says, I've got a busboy that is just in love with you. Can he come out and take a picture? And I said, absolutely.
Wow, that's cool.
So the busboy comes out, and this is probably about 2 years after doing YouTube, 1.5 years. And the busboy comes out, stands next to me, and we take the picture. He says, I just love watching you on TikTok. And I'm like, wait, what, TikTok? It's like, oh, wait, we do TikTok also, don't we? And it's like, okay, this thing is bigger than I thought.
Yeah, and it's almost happened overnight. We found a great video. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Do not try this at home. Welcome to the Roger Wakefield YouTube channel. That's me, Roger Wakefield, Lead AP. I'm gonna tell you why you should subscribe and ring the bell. This plumbing channel is where you get great value in a systematic way. We wanna hear your opinion and know what you think of ours. We have a freaking awesome time and love taking care of our customers and each other. This is where you get the hardcore facts about all things plumbing. If you just found us, we're here to entertain and educate you while having a great time. And if there are any questions you have or people you would like for us to interview, please let me know. I'm Roger Wakefield, helping you make more money in the trades.
Well, Roger, I think you're absolutely brilliant because there is a revolution going on right now. I think it's because of all that student debt that many young people are saying, you know, I can go into the trades and I could be making 6 figures in no time. So speak a little bit about why blue collar has become so sexy.
I think it's become sexy because there's not near as many people getting into it. The average age of tradesmen, especially say plumbers in Texas, is about 58 years old. So in the next 5 to 7 years, we're going to be ready to retire. And the people getting into the trades now are going to have more opportunities because there's going to be more of a need. When I was on Dr. Phil, he said, right now we've got 1 million unfilled trades jobs across the United States.
Wow.
But in 3 years, it's going to be 4 to 5 million unfilled trades jobs. And if you think about it, tradesmen build and repair America every day.
Yes.
Look at anything around you, any building, any road, anything at all, it's tradesmen, and we're going to be short people.
Yeah. I mean, when I was growing up, I mean, the story that I was told is you go to college, you get a 4-year degree, and you go...
Or you'll never amount to anything.
Correct.
I was told the exact same thing.
Yes. Well, I think you're brilliant and you're really leading a revolution. We're going to show your website, and as we scroll down the website, let's talk about the kinds of people who are attracted to you. So we mentioned plumbing. I mean, you really address a wide range of industries.
I talk to really all trades industries. I tell people plumbers, electricians, HVAC techs, roofers, those are the biggest trades, and that's where we're going to need the most help. But really, any trade. I mean, a landscaper, a concrete person, a window cleaner, a window installer. So there's so many different trades out there. And if we don't start doing things to fill these positions, we're all going to feel it. I've been saying for a couple of years, plumbers are going to be making $100 an hour on their check, taking that money home.
Wow.
And it's because of supply and demand.
And so when people subscribe to your programs, are they learning how to be better, market their company better? Why do people hire you?
We've got 4 different levels of avatars. We've got people that want to get in the trades. We've got people that are in the trades, but they're not being taught soft skills, human skills. And we teach them the things that they need to learn to become good foremen, good superintendents, good project managers. Then there's tradespeople that have been in the trades a while. They want to start their own business, but they don't know how. They don't know anything about it. And my first coach was Michael Gerber, who wrote the E-Myth books. And literally, I learned there's a million things I don't know. And learning that was great. And then my last avatar is really tradespeople, trades entrepreneurs. They've got a company, they're growing. They're just not growing fast enough, and they don't know what to do. So we teach them social media.
Wow. Roger, is it weird for you to think of yourself as a guru? Because, earlier in this show, you said, I'm just a plumber.
And I say that every time I walk on stage. The first time I got asked to speak was in Los Angeles at VidCon. And I called my the YouTube coach at the time, and I'm like, hey, I just got asked to speak at VidCon. And he said, say yes. I said, well, what is it? He said, don't worry about it. Just call him back and say yes. LinkedIn asked me to speak there.
Wow.
Because I was one of the first 12 people in the world doing LinkedIn Live. I was a beta tester. I didn't even know what a beta tester was. It's like, wait a minute, y'all want me to do what? Y'all don't do that. And they're like, well, we're going to. So I learned something, and really, I look at it this way. I am just a plumber. All I did is get new tools in my toolbox, and I've learned how to use them, and it's taught me YouTube and Instagram and everything else.
Well, you were telling me a story before the show. You were on a marketing cruise, and it was kind of standing room only just to try to get into your session.
We did a little breakout session on YouTube trying to teach entrepreneurs. Every entrepreneur out there should be doing YouTube. It's the second largest search engine in the world. And I want y'all to think about that because everybody wants to be found on Google. Well, Google owns YouTube. And if you're getting found on YouTube, it's probably because Google's helping push people there.
Yes. We've got a video that I pulled off of your website, and it's a 360 view of your studio. Let's go ahead and roll this because you have moved from a kind of a back room office into a full-blown studio. I mean, this looks like Dr. Phil's studio.
Well, it's funny. If you look at that, that's a barn, and I just bought 10 acres outside of Dallas.
Okay.
That's a barn where we've got a shop that we can shoot things in.
Nice.
Now, have you ever been to any of those events where they've got the little platform that you stand on and the camera spins around?
Right.
Well, I took that camera and installed it on the ceiling
Nice.
and wired it and put lights up there so we can attach a phone or an iPad to it and spin it around.
That was so cool.
I wanted something different. So I wanted to be able to work right here and people be able to spin around and get a 360-degree view of what I was doing. So I think really far outside the box.
No, I'm so impressed with you. Tell me about the next year or so. Where do you see things going for your business, for the trades in general?
I'm building an entertainment center out there. We're trying to figure out, are we going to tear that barn down and it's got a good concrete slab? Are we going to tear it down, or are we just going to build a new event center next to it? And I'm really thinking about going to the event center because I could probably seat 150 to 200 people in that. Wow. I want to do training. I want to bring people in to teach them YouTube. I want to teach them social media. I teach entrepreneurs what I call a social media launch package. I've just put together a package called the Intensive Influencer. We've got to be able to influence people. And if we're intense about it, if we're very focused about it, we can really affect people's lives. We can change what they do and what they see, and even the way they feel about themselves. Tradesmen don't have the biggest morale because they've been told their whole life, if you don't go to college, you're never going to amount to anything.
Right.
And that's sad because most of them make more money than the kids that they graduated high school with that went to college.
Well, I can see why you're so successful. I think if some Hollywood producer tried to do the same thing, they would never connect with your. I mean,
I believe you're right.
You're a blue collar guy. It's just
for
totally like
45
it is.
years.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so in the final minute or so, look into the camera on your left and talk to that young person who's debating between college and the trades, or maybe somebody who's already in the profession and wants to take their business to the next level.
You know, the neatest thing about it is if you're thinking about the trades, have the conversation with your parents, with your counselors, with your principal. I remember speaking at Career Day at Allen High School, and only 3 students stopped by. And the counselors came up afterwards and said, well, how many kids came out? And I said, well, you know, all our kids are going to college. It's like, do y'all really believe that? But they do believe it. And they said, that's why the kids don't come by here. And I was in the union as an instructor at the time. And they said, well, I mean, what are the kids going to get by getting in the trades? I said, well, by the time they graduate, they'll be making about $80,000, $85,000 a year. And they're like, wait, I don't make that money. It's like, you should have been a plumber. And I didn't have to go to college to do that. So the career opportunities in the trades are amazing. And I truthfully think that the kids getting in it now, they're going to be the next entrepreneurs. The opportunity's never been better.
Wow. Roger, I'm so impressed with you. So much to learn. I'm going to leave you with his website, which is rogerwakefield.com, the great Roger Wakefield. Thanks for coming on the show.
Jeff, thank you. This has been a pleasure.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.